Welcome to another episode of Ankle Sore. Today we talk about some pressing AFL issues. Gentlemen first, how are we?
Very good.
Breathing.
Breathing?
Jeez.
What about you?
Yeah, all
I'm
right.
fine, mate. Oh, it's good. Weather's
Fine?
good, finally. We've finally got summer in
Yeah, well,
Melbourne.
it's going to be 38 on
Sunday. Yeah, Sunday apparently.
So, when I checked it yesterday, it was going to be 40. Then 39,
Oh, really? 40?
Now 38. By the time Sunday
22.
comes, it's going to be 22 in showers.
the next day's 22.
It is. And what's Saturday? 31. And
31, 38,
see
and
where
22.
we're going in January talking weather on a footy show.
Yeah.
February,
Well, it's
mate, tomorrow.
February.
February's the
tomorrow.
hot. It's hot in February.
And
Well,
March
it's-
and
yeah,
April.
March.
Yeah, anyway.
So, bit of footy chat. The mid-season trade's been on the agenda with the AFL.
Finally.
It's a bit late to have it this year. I
you
don't
can't
know
have it.
why they didn't sort that out in October to have it for this year.
They had their time. They had plenty
That's
of
right.
time. They've
That's
got
what I
plenty
mean.
of time to
They've
sort
had
that stuff
years
out.
to sort it out.
Well,
Let's be honest.
Well, yes, but why couldn't they have?
Some of the injuries that have come about now, that's why now they're starting to...
Probably
Yeah.
they forced their hand because now the AFL has asked all clubs, I think it was this afternoon, that to submit your requests about how it's going to go about.
So they want
how
every
they're
club
gonna
to put their own ideas. Fair enough.
ideas and all that sort of
But
stuff, and they're going to
what's
give it a
the clubs
green
got
light
to do with,
for
like,
next
trade's
year.
a trade,
No
and that's
idea.
it.
Well, it depends on
what's
how
the-
it's going to be done.
But you reckon it's because of these players that have gone down now?
Yeah, for sure.
Sylvagny and Bailey Smith.
It's probably
Well,
accelerated.
that and there's Chad Wingard did an Achilles, so he's
Oh, did he?
Oh, that
out.
was last year.
McStay's done
Yeah.
his knee,
Oh, yeah,
so
they've done it early on.
So that's three.
Callum Mills. Well, Callum Mills is
Well,
what
he's gonna miss half the
16
season.
weeks or
Yeah.
something.
Is he? Oh,
So-
yeah, he's too.
Yeah, he did his shot. But I've been asking for this for years. Seriously,
have?
It's so obvious, right? Like, why should you be disadvantaged? And then you've got these Muppets, these old timers going, oh, well, do your list better. So if 3 ruckmen go down, do
You're
their
supposed
knee,
to make your list
what, you're going to
better.
have 19 ruckmen on
Well,
your...
that's
just
right. And I
stupid.
think it would
That's
probably be
stupid.
like, what's your idea and what's your idea with if it happens, players from external or is it internal?
Everyone.
No,
So it's not
open
everyone.
slather.
Because
for me.
in the
Everyone.
early 90s and late 80s, they had an internal draft at one point,
Yeah, but
and that
this
was
is
held
tra-
in.
This is trade.
Yeah.
Go.
And that was held in it might have been. It was like March or April or early in the year,
Yeah.
and it was an internal draft. So it was only players in the competition that could go from club to club, that sort of
Really?
stuff. Yeah,
can't
briefly,
remember that.
Yeah.
very briefly.
No, it's open slather.
So what
for young
VFL
dog.
players?
Doesn't matter, mate.
Anyone.
You could elevate a Coates League player, maybe.
EDFL.
Yeah, but look,
well,
Same.
that'd be a massive jump for
You know what I'm trying to say,
the
though.
Tommy
prime-
Smith.
the prime...
Tommy Smith.
the prime suspect is who?
Tommy Smith.
The jockey.
Tommy Smith wasn't he involved with Farlap? Or was it Tommy Woodcock?
Tommy
No,
Woodcock.
Farlap. Tommy
Yeah,
Woodcock.
Tommy Woodcock.
Get out.
Who's Tommy Smith?
Tommy Woodcock
Hang on.
was a race thinger, but he's not.
Yeah, but
Farlap's like 30.
who's
Yeah, but Tommy
Smith?
Tom Smith
Who's
was
Tom Smith?
Wasn't he? Didn't he train Farlap? And Tommy Woodcock was the.
I don't
Nah,
know.
Tommy.
Are you sure?
You have to check it, mate.
We have to check that.
Tommy
I watched
Woodcock.
Farlap movies so many times.
Nah, it wasn't. I'm not sure, but it wasn't Tommy Woodcock. Sure,
I reckon Woodcock and Smith were the surnames of either the trainer and the strapper.
I thought they were openers. Anyway,
That was Bill Woodfull and Bill Ponsford.
Yeah, Ponsford. Anyway, so the prime candidate for the trade last
one.
year would have been Brady Grundy, right?
Yeah.
Didn't get a game at Collingwood. Sydney didn't have a ruckman. Obviously, he's been traded to Sydney, but if that happened mid-season for finals time, who knows what could have happened with Sydney, you know?
Yeah, true.
So I think it's a great idea. But
good
anyway,
idea, but
True.
It's,
So
it's going to happen.
be interested
Because
to see how it goes
there's
about.
been a lot of injuries other than those two. We've just mentioned Roy Sloane today or yesterday had a detached retina in his eye. He's out for
Again?
Yeah, again. Yeah. So he's out for
Jesus.
6 weeks. They're saying at the moment. And what I'm getting at, I think it's we were talking about this before. It's 3 weeks to the first practice match.
Yes.
So right now, Zach Fisher at North did a hammy this morning. So right now, if you're doing a hammy, a 3-week, 18-day to 21-day
Yeah.
hammy, you're done for the first pracky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's only 2 practice matches, and some clubs are only playing 1. So
you'll be-
Melbourne's playing 1 practice match. So you'll be pushing for round 1 if you do an injury or some
Round
sort of
0.
this week onwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in
I
trouble.
agree with you.
Yeah.
You know,
fair
Wayne Malaria did a hammy at Adelaide
did.
as
Yeah,
well.
He did.
There's a lot of interest.
Liam Ryan did his hammy again.
Yeah, Liam Ryan did one as well.
A bad one, yeah.
I had to write.
Yeah, he's done a bad one.
And
apparently.
Lynch is not coming along. I don't know what's going on with.
Is he going
Lynch.
to play round one, Lynch?
Push, touch and go, they reckon. But I want to talk about just isolating one club who's in wars at the moment.
Who's that?
And that's Melbourne with their injury
Injury
list at the moment.
That bad? I knew there was a few, but
Right now, Pickett, Fullerton, Brown, Hunter, Petty, Viney, May. Viney got a corky yesterday. So
Brown's still on the list.
Brown still. Viney got a corky yesterday. I don't really know
No,
what
he
you call
can't,
corkies. And then obviously
Clayton
Joel Smith.
Joel Smith and Clayton Oliver.
They've got a bit happening.
Yeah, they have,
like
haven't they?
Melbourne's got a bit happening. And
Yeah, but
Clayton Oliver, obviously.
Question to you, if you know the answer, are they long-termers or are they 1 weekers? Two, you know what I mean?
Well, Melksham, Salem, Brayshaw and Fritz are all recoveries from pre-season operations, and they're on the they're
So
going
most of these
okay.
might struggle for round one then.
Absolutely, all of them are all
Well,
touch
Melksham
and
did
go.
his knee in the last round last year, so
That's right.
he's going to miss most of the season.
So, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
Who they got? Round
they
one,
got
Melbourne, do you know?
Sydney in round one.
Where?
In Sydney, in round zero.
Yeah, well, they're in trouble. I'll tell you that now.
Good old 12-point game.
Well, we'll
round
talk
one.
about our predictions soon
in a
enough.
couple of weeks, yeah.
They're in trouble for that, I'm telling you.
Oh, absolutely.
list.
Absolutely.
Grundy against his
Oh,
old team.
they were in trouble anyway, I thought.
I agree.
we go.
And again,
Anyway.
I look forward to doing
That's another
the
another
predictions
day.
episode for
Yeah.
that.
That's
Can't
another
wait.
day.
Can't wait for that.
That's another day.
So Ross Lyon just throwing his
Wait around.
weight around, throwing his Now, what was that tool we talked about last year? And
Yeah,
one of
Oh,
our
the sickle.
it was a
The
sickle.
sickle from the Grim Reaper.
He's been
But you don't know what's gone on internally, though.
Yeah, but as soon as he's
Yeah.
come in, everyone's just gone, no.
you don't, but it's
It's a theme with
pattern.
him.
It's a pattern
Yeah.
that he does at
Happened
all
at
his
Fremantle.
clubs.
No, I agree with that.
Did it at St Kilda as well with
At
Butters.
First
He had
time,
issues
no,
with
I
Butters.
agree. There was issues there. I think. I don't know. Look, again, I don't know what's going on, but I think he's very set in his ways, and that's a problem.
He is.
And that's a problem. You can be set in your ways. I'm sure you know, Michael Voss and Alistair Clarkson, Brad Scott, they're all got their own ways, but surely they're flexible as well.
He doesn't seem to be.
Okay, then
Is
he's
he the
gonna- he's
most
gonna lose a lot.
influential coach of all the coaches going around at the
Close,
moment?
Yeah.
He has to be.
Probably him and Clarkson, probably be, and Hardwick now he's up at Gold Coast, he can run
Yeah.
the show, right?
Yep.
But St Kilda, again, he hasn't even won a premiership, this bloke, and they're putting everything.
Could have won 3.
He could have won 10. But
Well, he lost 3 by less than
yeah,
a kick.
but the thing
That's
is,
unlucky,
like,
I agree. But
Well,
it
the
is.
Hawthorn one was 2 goals, but
2 goals, yeah. I
they
know
were
where you're coming
thereabouts.
but like they're putting all chips in on Ross Lyon. It's like seriously.
But they moved on their footy manager, and the reason, not their footy manager, it was their
Isn't he CEO?
and-
Simon Lethlean.
yeah, and like they were saying, our mate, I think Tommy Morris might have mentioned how
broke
there's
it.
he broke the story, and there's a disconnect, and like
Well, they
had-
never spoke
they
supposedly.
didn't speak.
So
crazy.
how do you run a football department? Not
You need to
speaking
have connection.
Yeah, you have to.
that's bad.
But that's how Ross Lyon rolls.
Yeah, but that's dangerous territory for St. Kilda.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
I don't think it's going to work. to be
I don't
honest.
think it's going to work either. Oh, like they haven't got the best list to start with now. Whatever, but
Yeah, we'll talk about lists
yeah, but
upcoming.
putting
But
him in like having full. And the president said, "Oh no, he's not running the club. It's not going to end well if he tries to run the club." Well, he actually is.
well, he is.
Let's be honest,
Yeah.
he is, right? So
Yep.
I don't know what St.
Well-
Kilda are doing. I know they're desperate for a premiership.
Good luck, St Kilda.
Yeah, good luck.
Because someone else he'll bring in won't like something, and it's going to be like
Yeah.
you said, it's just it's evolving all the time with him. The same.
Yep, it's
And who's
definitely
gonna challenge
dangerous
him
territory.
at St Kilda.
No one's going to challenge him
No,
anyway
because they're all his yes men, right?
That's right.
Silvani and all these guys. Goddard. All
Oh, yeah,
these-
Well,
Silvani's there.
Silvani
Yeah.
and the other who's the other recruit? There's Silvani and I can't think at the moment.
Well, Goddard's an assistant now.
But
like,
they too don't have. If I'm reading right, the Tom Morris story and
Yeah.
what's come out, they don't even talk to Ross Lyon when they're
Yeah.
drafting and recruiting. And
yeah, that's wrong.
do you know what I mean?
You've got.
That's why I understand the story to go.
I find it staggering. if
How
that's
can you
true.
not have dialogue with your
So
recruiting
there's
manager?
no communication. There's no
Doesn't want it.
discussion about
Yeah.
what's right and what's wrong. There's no interaction about should we
Anything.
get him, or should we do that, or should we do this way? How are you supposed to succeed?
That's right.
Yeah.
And I agree. The list isn't.
Well, I'll ask you with soccer
mind-blowing.
EPL managers, they got their fingers
Entourage,
in all,
mate.
Yeah,
And they've got an entourage, mate. They all would sit down in an office, mate, 10 times the size of this, and discuss, and they all come to some agreement. Sure, they have their disagreements, but they come to sort of agreement. And I'd expect most clubs here would do that.
Yeah.
they do. Definitely.
But you know what the difference is here? No one owns the clubs here, whereas
That's right, it's franchises.
franchises over in Europe and America, they're franchise. So if you're an owner, you can go, it's not happening, mate.
Yeah,
It's just a president,
there's-
and the presidents are all...
There's more heart
right.
versus culture.
Yeah, which is
You know,
kind of... I don't know if
Oh,
it's good or bad,
what's,
but
you know...
yeah.
See what pans out with St Kilda there.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Michael Voss hasn't signed. Why would you not sign Michael Voss now?
I think...
That's an interesting one.
I had a theory.
What do they want? They made the grand final.
No, well, hang on a minute. 10, 12, 14 weeks into the season, they were bottom four.
Yeah, all
That's
right.
true.
So, and then they ran home and played in the preliminary final, but they didn't give themselves the best chance to win a flag. Right? Top four, they don't go to Brisbane, right?
Yep.
So if they don't have that atrocious start, they go to Brisbane. They
Yep.
don't go to Brisbane. They come down here. Who knows
I
what
feel
could
a bit
happen.
for him because now the pressure's on him, right?
I don't
Now,
think it is.
if he doesn't come top four, they're all going to go, it's crazy,
That's right.
it's crap. It's
So wouldn't you just sign him?
yeah. Take the pressure off him, I'm
Yeah.
saying.
And I know, like, this...
Because at the back of his mind, I don't care what anyone says, the back of his mind, he's going to think, why haven't they signed me? If I don't make top four,
Well, it's
they're gonna-
about money, clearly.
Well, clearly.
And it's about money in the soft
But I'm
cap,
saying
which-
it's about the finish. It's about where they end up for sure.
But wouldn't you, if you're in a situation where you are with Carlton right now, you're knocking on the door of a flag.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Stop upsetting any apple cart that comes through.
Thank you.
but do you reckon
Just-
he's coaching this year no matter what, right? I guess. So, what happened?
Absolutely.
Like, are you really
Well,
upsetting the apple cart?
There's 3 uncontracted coaches. Luke Beveridge, and Longmuir.
And Adelaide coach.
Oh, Matthew Nix. So
Who's
there's 4.
probably gonna
No,
sign
but they reckon
this
Matthew
week.
Nix will be
Yeah.
will be pretty much done.
Reinstated.
Yeah. So that leaves 3, and Voss. Let's be honest. So then that leads into the next conversation: is where's
Luke.
Justin Longmuir and
Luke Beveridge.
Good Beveridge.
Good connection there.
Wasn't that interesting?
yeah,
So Freo basically say, it's rubbish. But
they knocked it on the head.
where there's smoke, there's fire.
That's right.
Oh, I think if Freo's first half of the season is
He's gone.
deplorable, he's gone. I
And of
agree,
course they're
totally
going to
gone.
poach Luke Beveridge.
And let's be honest: if the Dogs turn at halfway,
The Dogs are an interesting one this year.
they are. They
I'd be
are.
more happy than happy to part with him if that was the case, right?
Yep. And if they turn it halfway,
Because if he gets
How long have you
another
been there?
10 years,
Well,
24 years, 10,
was
11 years,
the
9,
flag year his second year?
2016. Yeah, second, so 9 years. This is his 9th. He's won a premiership. That's enough, right, for me.
I think he was done last year
So-
and the year before.
True.
To be honest,
You'd know this answer. If he's still got a contract and they not sack him but move him on or whatever, and he gets a job straight away, they don't need to pay him out, right?
no, they do. Brad Scott was in a similar situation.
Yeah, but he didn't go to another
He
club straight away.
didn't, but
He
he
went to the AFL.
went to the AFL. Yeah,
But like
don't
as a
know.
coach, like, you know what I mean?
I still think they're obliged to pay them out. I don't think it.
So they get paid out and their
yeah,
wages.
that's
you've
my
signed a contract.
understanding.
You've signed a contract, haven't you?
Yeah, I know.
That's right.
but, yeah, it'd be interesting. I don't know. If anyone knows the answer, put in the comments.
It's the
down
same
below,
as like
because we
Reece
don't know.
Shaw when he was moved on. He would have got, but then he didn't go to another club. So I know what you're talking
you know
about.
What I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
Do you remember in the 80s when Parkin and Walls swapped from Fitzroy to
That was
Carlton?
There was a
Ridiculous.
few.
Just swapped. It was like trade. It was a trade. Yeah.
Parkin and Walls swapped in 80.
Twice,
6,
I
80.
think.
Yeah, but then Walls swapped with Northey.
He did so.
Too, yeah.
So Robert Walls just was always on the swap.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Strange.
That was
Yeah.
that was
You don't
Richmond.
hear that really.
That was Richmond Brisbane in 94, 95. Walls and Northey.
Walls-
Yeah, because Northey
Walls
was
was
it. Where was
there in
Northey?
Northey
no,
was
Walls.
at
That's not. When was Northey at Richmond?
no.
Early 90s, I reckon.
No,
I
that's
reckon.
yeah. I reckon
then
Okay, the
Geisha
days,
came
the
on.
days
90.
of
No,
Richo.
Geisha was before Northey, I thought.
Yeah, Geisha was before that.
So Northey coached them in that 95
Yeah.
final series where they beat
Yeah.
North beat them, and then they beat Essendon in that big final, and then Geelong whacked them.
That
was
Northey.
95.
That was Northey.
That was Northey.
Correct.
And then Robert Walls.
Came after that, am I right?
Well, Walls went to Brisbane in 96, so we'll have to sort of check on that. It
Yeah,
definitely happened,
No,
but
Walls was, I reckon
it's
he was
just
at
the
Brisbane in
timelines.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah,
That's why I was a bit mixed up with that.
95. I just thought it was interesting. But anyway.
If you're enjoying the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that button as well. Really helps us out. the next discussion is Tarryn Thomas, and I'll point that to you. Has been stood down again, and now there's some sort of an AFL investigation. Which has it happened?
Just when you think,
Is this the end?
oh, I don't know. I'm telling you, he could be in trouble. I hope not. For our putting on the North hat, for our sake.
Yeah,
he's
all
not.
right, okay.
But
This is interesting conversation.
Okay.
realistically, he's probably in trouble.
Take his football, because he could be a superstar, right? Take his ability out of it. You said for North. No, for North, it's good to get rid of him.
Oh.
They had that schmozzle last year with Clarkson. They've got another schmozzle starting again. Get rid of it. As good as he is, you need to get rid of it.
I don't think they'll get rid of him.
Without talking about what's happened, because
No,
it's
well,
so
we-
confusing.
We don't know.
Correct. I'm not going to go down that path.
It's
But
so
just by what you hear,
But they can't take football into it, I don't think. That's irrelevant now.
he is holding the club
A ransom. Yeah.
as a hostage.
Yeah.
And
well,
it
how's
just
he doing that though?
well because he's a talented player,
he's a
and
gun.
clubs that have talented players want to hold on to them.
Well.
So he has misdemeanors, and he's such a talented player that the club's like, he sort of thinks, well,
I can do it because I'm.
Oh, I
I'm
don't
a
know.
good footballer.
I disagree
and
a
you're
little
not
bit.
going to move me on. And the club's like, you're a good footballer. We have to keep you. What can we do to,
I think
rehabilitate and re-educate you?
Yeah, I agree with you there, but I disagree in the other way because I don't think he does it. I don't think he's doing it on purpose.
no,
no,
it's
not that.
not.
That's not what he
yeah,
means.
no, it's not.
I think he means he knows not. Okay, he's
I don't even
made
think he-
mistakes.
No, I don't think he even knows.
It's just the both parties know that it's a hostage situation.
Yeah,
where
pretty much, yeah.
You're going to give up a. Is he a gun?
Yeah,
or he's
he's
a
a
very
gun.
good footballer.
No,
He's a
he's
very
very
good
good.
footballer.
very
Could
good
be a
footballer
gun.
and could be a gun.
And so the club goes, well, I don't want to move on a player that goes to Collingwood and sits on half forward flank and
Kicks
becomes
40 goals for the year.
and premiership player. Like they'll go,
So do you reckon the AFL take it out of North's hands? Because it's a police investigation.
No, no,
Do you
no.
think- Do you think?
no, North should. I agree with you. North should say it's time to move you on.
Yeah.
So you're saying
Yeah,
you
it's
should go.
time. You are done at this place. Maybe you have the ability to play AFL football.
Just not here.
We'll help you move on as well. We're not going to just
Yeah,
dump
discard
you,
you, yeah.
discard your net.
Yeah.
We'll help you whatever it is you need off the field, but you need to move on from this footy club, and we'll facilitate what we have to do.
Mid-season trade. That's perfect. Another.
You want to
candidate.
keep him for his ability. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but does he
get
upset
that.
North Melbourne?
I don't think he upsets North Melbourne,
He
though.
does, mate.
No, I don't think so. I don't
He
think
wasn't
does.
there for half the year. He's not there now.
There was certain players that were an influence on. I'm led to believe that aren't there now.
What do you mean?
Well, there was players that were an influence on him in a
Were
negative,
a bad
in a
influence?
negative way. Yeah,
Right, and they're not there now.
They're not there now.
Right.
I think he got his act together in the back half. I mean, the bloke played 12 games and
No,
finished fifth in North BNF.
No, he was tremendous.
We know that. But what's done is done. I don't know. I'm not defending or I'm just saying
And-
either way.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Is the latest allegations, how serious are they? What's happening?
We
Again,
don't
I
know.
something about.
Because when it came out
sort of violence.
3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, they said that he had to go to the AFL the following morning.
Yeah, I think he went a
Did that
couple of days
happen?
ago this week. I think.
So
Yeah,
why
well,
don't we
this-
know
this week-
anything about that
I haven't
now?
heard nothing.
It's probably all confidential, I suppose.
I guess.
I mean, North would know. The AFL
Of course,
would
North
he'd
would know. Hey,
He's-
is they going to be transparent and tell you?
No, they
No.
probably can't be.
How
They
big of it of a loss is it?
It's not.
Okay, so my question is he going to play?
I still think he'll play some sort of football.
Oh, yeah. The old cliche.
I think he'll play some sort of football.
Yeah.
My opinion,
But you don't know
is-
when.
Is I think that's I told you my opinion,
Oh,
but
so you're saying you're not, maybe, too
we
bad
can't
now.
do anything
You're
now.
at North
That's
now.
what I mean. Like he'll play some sort of football this
At
year.
North,
Yeah,
obviously.
well, he's got a year to
Well,
serve
unless
on
they
his.
sack him, right? They can sack him.
They can,
Like if it's that bad.
but he's
they-
contracted.
Yeah, but if it's that bad,
Oh, they
I'm
can.
sure it's in the contract that if you do A, B, or C.
I don't
No,
know.
And
there
again, going back to our first conversation about hostage,
Yeah.
you're not sacking a gun. If it was, give me a name off the top of the head, like Fred Smith.
Yeah.
Why not Dustin Martin? Why bring up a modern player?
I'm saying if it's Joe Bloggs,
Oh, yeah.
I know
they're
what you
moving
mean.
him on yesterday.
Oh, Mark
or-
Pitnet. Like,
Or
They're moving him
or
on
they wouldn't
yesterday.
think- they wouldn't be trying their guts out to hold on to him.
Possibly.
Exactly, and they'll do the right thing and say, "We'll help you. We'll rehabilitate you."
You know,
and-
they'll pitch it to the AFL,
Oh,
we'll
it'll be
look after
all
him.
done with smooth transaction, but we're talking a player that has serious potential and serious ability.
No doubt.
I don't know where this is going. I really don't.
No,
me-
as do I.
For me, he must stay.
He must.
No matter what.
no matter what.
Is he in North's next premiership?
Oh, how old is he?
He's 23.
Yeah, of course he can. Of course he
could
can play
be,
the next
yeah,
premiership.
He could be.
Sure, he's 23.
Yeah, I read the article.
23 or
Trust me,
24, let's say,
23.
he's in that age.
Does he
bracket.
have a career? Forget North.
Yeah.
Is he? Does he have the ability to go to 28, 29, 30?
No problem.
I'm
I'd
actually
love to
not
know
sure.
where he's going to be in 5 years.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, he's got to get his act together.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're talking about getting his act together.
Act together. He's got longevity in the game.
Longevity's not a problem. I think getting his act together that's a question.
No, but that hurts his longevity. Like,
Wow.
there's been many players.
That's
that have
right.
Done
It
by
gets cut
26.
short. Yeah.
And
they-
they've tried at other clubs, like Harley Bennell, prime example,
I
right?
was just thinking of him. He's at Port Melbourne and
Port Mel. Well, how many chances do you have? Fremantle, whatever, moved to Melbourne. Just didn't.
Forget about who it is, right? This is my opinion. I think whatever his issues are outside, obviously with his girlfriend, his ex, whatever it is, I don't know. I don't know. We don't know, so we can't comment too much. Let them sort it out. Why should it? So if you're touch wood, if you've got issues at home, and you know you've got some charges for whatever, right? And you're at work, but you do your job great. Whatever, they're not going to sack you. They're not going to sack you.
Yeah, but it's criminal charges. It's.
They're not going to sack
I know
you.
you
at work.
say that.
No, you can. Be,
They could say, look,
They could.
They could.
You could.
They could.
Well, when you go for a job these
They could
days,
say, V, you're not the type of person at the
That we
moment
want.
in the situation that you're in for the rest of stuff. They could.
and
I'm
football
not
clubs
saying
are
it's
very
the right
protective
thing.
these days. You've got to do
yeah.
a police check when you
Oh,
apply for a
no,
job,
no.
right? So if you've got a criminal record, I'm sure that you know
Footy's different.
it is, but it's 2024, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but they're so precious these days, football
Yeah.
clubs,
Yep.
that every little thing becomes a big.
Well,
thing,
I think they should hold on to him.
I think it's just like the Clayton Oliver story. This is just going to go on all
And
year,
on,
this
yeah.
story.
So
And
how
that's
much,
a
how much
distraction.
footy? How much footy going to get out of him then?
Not a lot in the first half of the year, I don't reckon.
Okay.
Well, he hasn't trained once.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah, he's been
he's-
training on his own.
That's right. Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
100%. Had a personal trainer and gym, they showed it.
Yep.
Well, I talk about that just quickly. I did go. I saw training on
You did.
by accident.
Where was that? Trinity?
No,
Bandura
Bandura
or-
there, the home Matildas.
Give us a training report.
1 second. Let me roll the North Club corner.
So join in the chorus.
Go.
Well, I went to watch my niece play, and so I thought, oh, what's going on here? And saw all the North gear, and I thought, obviously training, and they had an inter-club game. I tell you, there's some monsters, and you're right about a couple of players that I didn't know who they were. Then when I looked at them, I've gone, Toby Pink is huge.
Huge, yeah.
Huge. Big boy. Charlie Combin, I was right, like, happened to walk past, got to go down that end. Massive. These guys are monsters.
McCurt, the young kid.
McCurcher.
Yep.
I heard a jingle when he was running. Some sort of medal.
Already.
That kid,
Kidding, aren't you?
he'll make
He hasn't played the
he'll
game.
make Sheasel and these blokes look very dear.
He'll make. So he's the greatest player of all time.
He's going to
So in the
be
Brownlow.
He's got.
he will be
Brownlows.
North's best player. Not this year, obviously, but once he's got his he'll be North's best player for the next 10 years easily. He just glides, mate.
So it'll be a good combination.
barring injuries and all that.
That's
of
a
course.
big call.
This
So
bloke.
North could win the flag in the next few years. No, seriously. If you've got the best midfield in it, you're a chance to win the premiership.
Have they got
every
the-
year.
He's exceptional.
Have they got?
Watson.
I'd like to do a comparison on the best under 21 players in the AFL.
North have got him.
Yeah,
It's
we've
pretty
got
much
him.
most
He's
of
right
them.
with that. North would have most of
Which
them.
that's what I mean. 3 or 4 years.
Well,
North are primed.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Oh,
they'll
I'm
get
getting
another.
excited.
Bloody hell.
Anyway,
Yeah.
there you have it. Another episode of Ankle Sore in the books. Let us know in the comments what hot topics you'd like us to talk about. And look out for the next episode.